What's going on YouTube? It's the Grand Tovega, also known as iDocLife, here yet again with a video. It's been quite some time, hasn't it? It's been a few months actually since I released a video, I think. No, actually it's been a few weeks because I did that stream with Mad Max, which is another series that I failed to continue as far as uploading. And that's primarily what this video is going to be about. It's going to be talking about, I guess, somewhat of something that you guys can use as a tip for newcomers to YouTube, as well as me basically talking about how I'm going to update this channel and where I'm going to go with it. Basically, the identity of your channel on YouTube is extremely important, and probably more important than it has ever been on YouTube as a whole, because the website has changed astronomically this year compared to how it used to be. Now, YouTube, of course, has had its phases and whatnot, and I guess you can say generations, you can call it and whatnot, since it started, of course. But now it is much different than ever before, because YouTube seems to aim towards a more identity type of site now, where you have to commit yourself to some sort of identity to actually succeed on this channel. Now, primarily, I was normally a variety channel when it came to gaming and whatnot, and this is going to be really a video about gaming channels and whatnot. I guess you can kind of put this in the perspective of other genres on YouTube, but mostly this is going to pertain to gaming. And basically, you need an identity on YouTube when you start out. You need to actually figure out exactly where you're going to aim at on this site, what you're going to upload and how you're going to do it and shit. And what I mean by that is variety channels really don't get too much success in the beginning as they used to. And I had an identity before when I started on YouTube, which was uploading reviews. That was my thing, that was my niche. But now that market is extremely oversaturated. Not really a market, but that type of style on YouTube is extremely oversaturated because everybody's doing it now. And the reason why I really slowed down on it is not because everybody's doing it, is because outside of dropping reviews and whatnot, I don't get review copies like I used to, and that's mostly due to the fact that this generation, it is much harder to gain review copies. And I guess you can tie that into the fact that everybody's doing reviews now, so more people are asking for review copies, and the developers and publishers can't really meet the demand of people asking for all these copies and stuff. Because before, in the last gen, like 360 and PS3 era, it was a lot easier to gain a review copy. At least for me it was. I just had to tell them what I was doing, how I'm going to do it. If they needed an NDA requirement met, then I have to agree to that type shit. Now it's like everyone's asking for this, whether they review or not, so they can stream the game, so they can review it, so they can do a let's play or anything like that and all that. But now it's much harder, it seems like. And at the same time, I'm just not into the reviewing thing anymore. The process that goes into pretty much editing and doing the whole review channel thing is a lot of work, basically. Whether you're making a video that's 20 minutes long, 30 minutes long, like how Angry Joe does it, or if you're just doing a short review or a 10-minute review or even a 5-minute review, shit is a lot. There's a lot that goes into that. I don't think a lot of people realize that who don't do reviews. So I'm trying to kind of go away from that. I do like reviewing, and I may do that here and there, but that's no longer the core of my channel anymore. It just isn't. And you know, if you've been watching me for the past few months or this year, you kind of can see that, because I've only dropped one review since making this new channel. So I'm kind of leaving that alone, and I'm gonna try to aim towards something more direct on my channel. I've been watching over the course of the past few months my favorite channels and where they're at and what they do, not trying to copycat or anything like that, but how they structure their channels. And I see that they all have identities to some sort. So just to give a couple of examples, I look at some channels like Boxing Legends, Luna, It's Real 85 Gaming, Chris Move, and Dom2K. Those are like the channels that I frequently watch the most right now. Of course, Boxing Legends, that is not a gaming channel, but it's still a channel on YouTube, and it's still, you know, into that identity type thing that I'm going to explain right now. Basically, when you look at those channels, they all have a core of something you can always count on them uploading. Like Luna, for instance, he's always uploading stories. That is always what you get from Luna. You know what to expect from him. Of course, the stories are always different and whatnot, but you know what to expect from him. So his audience is always gonna clinch to the new video because, you know, they know what to expect and they want to hear the new story and whatnot. And I'm one of them because I love Luna stories and shits are dope, and they're funny. And Boxing Legends, another channel that's based solely around boxing. He's starting to dip more into MMA and combat and whatnot since the Mayweather and McGregor fight that just happened and whatnot, and I like that. He's starting to dip into that a little bit more, but I love boxing, so I like his channel and I know what to expect and stuff like that. And then you go into Dom 2K. My favorite sport is basketball, and he's basing his channel around basketball talk as well as 2K talk, you know, another game that I really like, of course. And he also has a channel where he does gaming and whatnot, which I have yet to check out because I'm new to Dom 2K's channel. But from what I've seen, he's an excellent uploader. Then you look at the classic channels like Chris Smooth or It's Real 85 and whatnot. And It's Real 85 has been around for a minute since the nigga Turtles and the NBA Uncensored Trash Talk. And he's kind of a special case because this is somebody who is really talented, so he can dip into any field, honestly, in gaming, and it'll be a success. And what I mean by that, he can be a real variety type channel and it'll be a success because he's fucking funny. He's hilarious. Like every video he uploads, you're gonna get a laugh out of it somehow, one way or another. And then you look at Chris Smooth, who's one of the first channels I've ever really got hooked on in YouTube. This man came from Call of Duty uploads and 2K to straight up 2K and basketball recaps and highlights and all that because he has the voice for it and whatnot. And he's sort of centered into that identity of a basketball channel that handles 2K and highlights and whatnot of actual basketball games in the NBA. And I look at all those channels, I'm like, man, they all identify as something, you know? They all identify. Even Israel 85, he's not, you know, he's more sort of gaming now. He always has new games going on, but I guess he's a special case because he's like a star when it comes to shit like that. Anything he plays, he can just make entertaining and people are going to look forward to. When you look at the other channels, they found this core identity that they can hook on and always have an audience for. And that's something I never really was able to gain on YouTube because I guess I never really tried to. I've always been variety. I just hop from one game to the next and all that stuff and try to just go from there. But now I think I want to do this thing a little bit different, especially now that my channel is still pretty much new. I only started it this year and I haven't really given it the push that I said I would. So why not, let's do it now. And I feel like I want to identify into something within the gaming genre that's not just trying to throw any and every video out there at, you know what I'm saying? Because once you gain an audience from like one video game or something, or one type of video game talk or video or whatever, that audience clinches to that type of what do you call it, that type of video, you know what I'm saying? And this has kind of always been, but now it's more than ever. So like back in the day when I used to make reviews and stuff, and then I go in to make other videos and all that stuff around reviews, and you know what, one great example of this is Angry Joe, who's another favorite channel of mine. I love his videos, movie reviews, video game reviews, and he's one of the first video game reviewers that I've really gained inspiration from when I started this thing. But if you look at Angry Joe, if he strays away from video game reviewing for even 1 month, they go crazy on him because he's not showing that, you know, that thing that they subscribe to him for. You know, I enjoy all this content and I can understand the stress of having to make a video game review, especially with the amount of work he puts into it. But I can also see why this audience is like that, because they subscribe for a reason and they want those type of videos that are like that. And yeah, it's basically really identity oriented. And I guess you can say that Angry Joe is a huge staple to what I'm actually saying when I say that the identity of your channel really matters more than ever now. So what I'm going to try to do is basically pinpoint the games that I'm really invested in the most. Maybe Gears of War. I'm really playing a lot of 2K right now. Fortnite just came out. I'm really interested in that. I like that. And I'm going to try to sort of center my channel towards something and pinpoint it, at least for the time being. And I'm always have that throughout the lifespan of my channel and whatnot. And then as time goes on, I'll start to add more variety. I'm trying to make this channel as structured as I possibly can in a way that it'll work and I could still have fun with it. Now mind you, I love editing, I have no problem with that, but I don't like uploading the video that just, you know, gets no views. Nobody likes uploading shit that gets no feedback or reaction to, and that's just the bare bones of it. We're human, man. We like seeing feedback when we work hard for something. If you're an artist, you want people to see your work. You know, if you're doing something creative, you want people to see your work so you can get feedback for it, so the next time you do it, you can learn from what you did and be better the next time around. And that's just how I am. I'm not saying I want to review horror, because I'm damn sure not going the clickbait route, and I damn sure ain't going the reaction channel route. But I am going to try to pinpoint my channel towards one niche, and that is where I'm heading with this. I'm not going to say exactly what it is yet, but you guys will see over the course of the next few videos that I start uploading where I'm heading with this, and it's going to be kind of different than how I've done things in the past on this channel and even my last channel, which is still more popular than this channel right here. But this channel is still going to be the main channel and the main focus of where I head to when it comes to this whole YouTube thing. So be on the lookout for that. This is basically pretty much an update video for you guys. You know, I'm not dead, I'm not gone, I haven't given up on YouTube. I've just come to the realization that YouTube is a lot different, and the way things work has to be more, you have to really adapt yourself to how things work now. And yeah, that's what's gonna happen here. So please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. This is Tovega, also known as I.Life. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and of course hit the bell button, because that's the big thing now, and probably the only way you'll even see this fucking video if you're subscribed to me with the way YouTube works now. But this is Tovega, also known as I.Life, and I'm out. Be on the lookout for some videos. Peace.